So do you know how much we made from them last year, same time? So how much? Well, the whole money we made from them the entire 2024 was just 1 trillion. But when we changed this, our tactic and the rest, when we improved in our technological way of we made 1 trillion in a month. That means we are going to make 12 trillion this year. I say, wow, Nigeria is progressing. While you are groaning under it. Yeah? You're struggling to fuel your generator in order to power your shop to keep your frozen wares frozen. You have to, can go on and on. They are rent seekers. And majority of us can see that from here. On the one hand, they want to be capitalists. On the other hand, they want to be socialists. They care so much about the poor that they want to give food money to the poor in order to lift them out of poverty. On the other hand, they want to be capitalists, talking about billions and trillions, tall buildings, and these, big projects and all of that. And tell the people to pay for it. While the real infrastructures, the ones that they've abandoned for so long, remained in total dereliction. Oh, he added more. This is the party said, if you don't come back, other people will do it. No, you don't want us to come back. People who are going back to Nigeria are 3 categories. Maybe more, but I shall limit it to 3. So the ones who somehow over time, they have invested so much in Nigeria. And they did so because of a period when they will be older and just go back. Now they've postponed it and postponed it. This time they can't anymore. They just have to. Those ones are going back in their old age. The second set of those who are going back are those who have also built some reputation for themselves abroad. When I say reputation, I mean reputation in relation to this, their politics, whether PDP or APC, and in their gang. Somehow, they hope to get something, an appointment, a contract, or anything at all. And they won't mind to relocate back to that contraption for just a few years before they will run back to where they are from. Those ones are going back. The third ones are the ones who I want to believe miscalculated their japa. And it wasn't how it was meant to be. And they just felt like, you know what? I wouldn't mind to go back voluntarily to probably go and start over again. Maybe the 4th categories are those they deported. You get what I mean? So, Kolu made us believe that even if you don't come back to come and rebuild Nigeria, other people will do it. In his words,
very much in need. If we stay away, who will build it? If we don't join hands, and work together, then we've lost the hope of being the leader that we're supposed to be. And you should continue to make Nigeria proud. Every positive comment about this country, Nigeria, is owned by you. It's for your future and the future of your children. Poor management, poor comments, negative reflection of the country doesn't help, and it will not help the growth. The economy is stabilized. The opportunity is immense. People are coming back. We are reversing the medical tourism. in every way that we could. And I can give you the assurance we are seeing the beginning of Nigerian rising. If there's a need to amend the law, we amend the local content law to open that opportunity for Nigeria, and particularly for diaspora to bring their talent as early as possible. We want growth, accelerated one too, and innovation is key. Thank you very much. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening. How are you? Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Let me start from it. Good evening.
As a call, I want you to come back because Nigeria is rising. Is Nigeria rising? What do you call rising? I mean, how do you describe rising country? Oh, they've got the GDP growth of 3.5%. Tinubu and his gang also declared that they don't have unemployment problems. In fact, the unemployment data in Nigeria is so small that, Baba, only 4.5% Nigerians have no job in the book of Tinubu and his gang. You know. So yeah, I want to ask again. What do you think? That if you have a chance of being in a room where Tinubu is asking you to take this check of, okay, let's up it, $20,000. Don't be shy, say it. To bond that your British passport, your Canadian passport, or that your residence card or residency card, and return back to Nigeria permanently. Like, you've got skills, right? You've got skills, you've got all of this stuff and all that. You love Nigeria from abroad anyway. Would you take it? I doubt if some of you would or openly agree that you would take it. So I may never get the answer. But if we have any Ronuku here who lives abroad too, nobody go beat you. That doesn't mean that because you're probably an hypocrite. Do you get what I mean? Like, just take your American passport, renounce your American citizenship, and pack your bags and your family. Take that check, $20,000, plus your own money. You know, you are not poor anyway. Like, maybe say you are too poor, Abi. So you have your own money too. But the state is offering you that. Okay, let me hop it again. Take $20,000 or 20,000 pounds with 1 acre of land for farming, whatever you want to do with it in your state, anywhere you want in your state, wherever you come from. They'll give you 1 hectare of land, which is about 6 plots. I've been at 9 plots. Anyway, 1 hectare of land plus 20,000 pounds sterling. Bond that pick up that your Nigerian passport, cut off that your Canadian passport, renounce your Canadian citizenship, Africa Wahala, and pack the girls and the missus. Would you take it? Anyway, I'll leave the line open for that. So, yesterday, the Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Hakeem Owoade, a video of his surfaced yesterday. Meanwhile, a day before that, he granted an interview to BBC Yoruba, where he clarified what is really going on. Remember, he gave Ooni of Ife and Ogunwusi, gave him 48 hours to withdraw the Oluomo Abikilofi Ogbeni Ejena of Yorubaland, or Okanlomo of Yorubaland. And Ooni of Ife called him a comedian. So since then, Yorubas have been having different kind of historical debates. Who is actually, who is leader, who is not, right? And it's quite interesting because, and sad too, right? Because with the current state of Nigeria, the contraption today, toxicity in the system is so far spread that it's so deep beyond what you can imagine, that even as the ethnic nationalities are divided along, as people are divided along their ethnic, tribal, whatever nationalities in that contraption, there are still very much like other internal division rocking all these ethnic nationalities too. And most of these things are well pronounced, or more pronounced, when those who are supposed to be the custodians of these institutions, right, decided to spill the beans in public. So the drama continues, because what Alaafin said of late is that he remained the number one Oba, the first Oba in Yorubaland, right? And that makes him the number one, so not Ooni. Well, I have this. Let me first share that with you before I go to the next one.
Alaafin ni Ṣàngó. Ṣàngó ni Alaafin. Tàwa ni ó ní pé báwo ni títí Alaafin ṣe jẹ́. Alaafin Ṣàngó nínú gbogbo àwọn Aláàfin tó ti jẹ ní ilẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, ó jẹ́ Aláàfin kẹta tí a bá wò. Ọ̀rànmíyàn ni Aláàfin àkọ́kọ́, tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé Dàda Àjùwọ̀n ni Aláàfin Àjàká, tó jẹ́ Aláàfin ẹ̀kejì tó tó di pé ó kan Ṣàngó. Mo wá fẹ́ yan kinní kan fún yín tí orúkọ kábíyèsí tá ń pè lénìí, ó wá láti pípe bá a ṣe máa ń pe Aláàfin Ṣàngó. Aláàfin Ṣàngó jẹ́ ẹni takuntakun, jagunjagun ni Aláàfin Ṣàngó jẹ́, tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ó sa gbogbo ipá láti rí pé ogun ò wọ ìlú Ọ̀yọ́. Gbogbo tó bá dẹ̀ ti ń sọ náà ní abẹ́gẹ́. Àwọn èèyàn máa ń rò pé fi títí Aláàfin Ṣàngó ó yàtọ̀. Kò sẹ́ni tó ṣe é bí o, kò sẹ́ni tó lè bí kábíyèsí. Kò sí ẹnì kankan, ohun tó bá ti wí lábẹ́gẹ́ o. Kò sí ẹnìkan tó lè ní pé bákan ni ti tòun ṣe jẹ́, tó lè fọwọ́ la idà kábíyèsí Ṣàngó. Láti ipa pé àwọn èèyàn máa ń sọ kábíyèsí náà ni a ti mú kábíyèsí. Aláàfin ni Ṣàngó.
Kábíyèsí o. Interesting history, right? No, he's not wrong. But right now, people are speaking from their own different prejudices, which keeps the Yoruba land more vulnerable. I'm coming to that. He's right. When Oduduwa came to Ile-Ife, it is said that his own firstborn, Okobi. Meanwhile, they said the first Oni was Oduduwa, and the first Alaafin was Oromiyan. Now, when Oromiyan became the first Alaafin, and they said there was this power tussle in Ife, Oromiyan appointed his own son as the new Alaafin, and he returned back to Ife, where they slugged it out, and he became an Ooni of Ife as well. So all this history, as rich as they sound, these days, people are no longer looking at them from the beautiful historical perspectives anymore. It is now about supremacy. Because if you accept that this one is, so everybody's giving their own interpretation of what that role, what that process actually meant. Does that then mean that, or Neofife, whose palace, whose throne from where they all took the crowns to become everything that they became as the children of Oduduwa. So right now, the children of Oduduwa, who formed, today were supposed to be the today's Yorubaland, right? Have their prejudices now, unfortunately, But here is another person's perspective to that before I actually take you to what I want to say. Go. Yeah, still on this history.
Well, we have to look at the historical value and the civilization of the Yoruba history, which date back 3000 BC before Christ, and that is even before the advent of the colonial masters' incursion into the black man's race, and where we are the trade slaves and every other issues that culminated the period which Alaafin is referring to, meaning that predating that era, Ile-Ife has been in existence, and Ile-Ife has been in existence as one of the leading cities in the olden ancient era, and within 1000 to 3000 BC, Ile-Ife has been in existence, and the aura of civilization of what we are dealing on today is not actually conflict but misinformation, and trying to whereby there's mischief. There are a lot of things that are affecting people's orientation in saying the truth. And to the Oyo is an extension of Ile-Ife. Oyo and every other town in Yorubaland are extension of Ile-Ife, because every prince left Ife with their crown, with the caveat of never to wage war against Ile-Ife. So meaning, however the authority of Alaafin is, he still holds Ife as the cradle and source of the Yoruba race, and these facts are unbreakable facts. So to many, what is happening today is like somebody trying to shove off the truth and embrace what will divide the Yoruba people, and we are more civilized. And I must admonish that these are no times for conflict of this nature, because from the stable of the Oni of Ife, Oni Adeyeye Babatunde Enitan Ogunwusi, he is a revered father. He is a spiritual head of the entire Yoruba race. By virtue of definition, we can say the Oni is the president of Yoruba race, while Alaafin is the prime minister, because they all have concurrent duties to play for the Yoruba race. So, and there is no way without their harmony we can achieve solid peace in Yoruba land. So the conflict that just emanated, to me, is more of a figment of imagination of some few oligarchs trying to wage or use the stool of Alaafin to cause monumental crisis, and these agents provocateurs need to be called to order, because there are some voice of Esau and Jacob that are making this crisis unimaginably inflammable. So to many, the Yoruba are one. The way we came about of Oduduwa and Yorubaland, we can refer to the fact that Oduduwa being the progenitor, Oroyan is the last son, is the last grandson of Oduduwa, and he's been adventurous, most powerful. He had the stake of being of able to found Benin and Alaafin of Oyo and Oyo town, and having found that, he came back. When he came to Ife, he vacated Alaimore and become the Oni of Ife, and he lasted there, and that is where his grave is today. Okay. Well, we have to look at.
Do you get? History is pretty much like clear. So the bottom line is that in the scheme of things and civilization